Good evening, welcome to another edition of Test Drive Diecast. Tonight I'm going to be reviewing for you more of a retro model. This is a Bburago Royce Camargue. This car comes in a scale of 1 to 22 and it was the manufacturer's first foray into the larger scales. Bburago had previously concentrated on 1 to 24 scale cars. Although it's 1 to 22nd scale, because the real car is so large, it's comparable in size to any of the other 1 to 18 scale models in the range, and it was sold alongside them in its latter years. It's produced from 1976 to coincide with the real car's launch, and was still in production by the beginning of the 1990s. This particular example I received as a very excited 9-year-old from Santa Claus on Christmas 1988. And I remember very clearly opening it up at 4 o'clock in the morning. The packaging of this particular car changed over the years. First packaging that it came in a plain cardboard box with artwork on pretty much all of the sides, picture of the car, technical details, and inside two versions. One came in a wooden plinth, and there was also another one, I believe, that was mounted on a desk tidy, intended to be a desk ornament. And I think in the 70s that would have looked pretty smart on an executive's desk beside the Newton's cradles and whatnot. So as I say, it's a scale of 1 to 22 now. By the time I got it, it was part of the Diamonds range, 1 to 18 range, and I actually always thought it was 1 to 18 scale until I looked underneath it in later years. And I remember it came in the standard black 1 to 18 scale box at the time. It's not a particularly robust model. In fact, I do remember that between Christmas and New Year, just about every part that could fall off it did fall off it. However, I remember gluing them back on and using the alarm on one of my handheld games that I got at the time to tell me when the glue was dried and I could play with it again. And so there's a few chips on it here and there from my years, but it's survived fairly well and it's not one I'll ever part with now. Okay, so enough about me. I will look a wee bit more at the model itself. It's available in lots of different colours, green, bronze, red, silver, and this off-white colour. I do hope to be able to get one of the early versions one day, because the bronze colour looked pretty smart indeed. So just focusing on the car a little bit more. Okay. By the standards of the later 1 to 18 scale models by Bburago in the 1980s, the car is quite basic. However, first glimpses are good. Have a look at the front. Lots of different chrome plated details. What I do like is that it's got the British number plate, our registration 1976, the Rolls Royce grille, the flying ladies' wings have long since fallen off. And we've got those nice sharp looking headlights, we've got the side lights, indicators and fog lights. Nice separate windscreen wipers there. That's one of the things I did like about the cars. Most of the models I had at the time, the wipers are just cast onto the screen, as the rear view mirror is here. Side. The wheels are particularly nice on this model, the proper Rolls Royce items. Again, quite a lot of wear. That's actually not from playing with the car, that's actually me storing the car beside other ones for many, many years. It's only just recently I've got it back up on my shelves. There's a bit of warping there in the chrome from when I glued. That was one of the many bits that fell off, so that's UV glue that's done that for you. But never mind. Nice side view there. It's a very unusual shape of car. I think the model recreates it pretty well actually. When you look at comparable versions on YouTube or whatever, it does look pretty accurate considering the age of it. Have a look at the back of the model. Quite a lot of attention to detail on the lights, separate chrome parts. You can see typical Bburago style, that's pretty loose. That's alright though. Not much to see in the boot. Opening boot lid. Interior of the car is actually very well detailed indeed. and that mirrors and all that has been glued on. It's actually the whole interior trim panel that fell off, so it's forms part of it. Have a look inside. Very good attempt at the wood capping and all the silver instruments. Rolls Royces always do have very nice traditional dashboards, and mine's has captured it pretty well. Interior trim panel there, and there's all various buttons and ashtrays and whatnot. It's all been picked out. The chairs themselves, pretty well modelled, and they do fold forward. Now there's no steering on this model. All other 1/18 scale or comparable Bburagos had steering. There's no steering in this model. This was one of the first, and we decided not to use that mechanism. Engine details were a lot more basic than you would expect of a Bburago as well, so that was something that they fine-tuned throughout the years. Rolls-Royce V8 engine there. And underneath, very basically detailed indeed. Moulded sculptured details. Quite an easy model to find. I remember being a particular fan of Rolls Royces at the time, and this was pretty much the jewel in the crown of my collection. It's not one I'm ever going to part with. Easy to find, not very expensive. I'd go for the best one that you can afford. Myself, I'd like to get one of the early ones. One day they go for a little bit more and go for as much as £50, but this one you see here you can get for as much as £10 boxed to almost next to nothing. Any more questions, please feel free to leave me a comment. Bye.